So a little while back, I did a video on Refind. Now, Refind is basically a replacement for GRUB that allows you to make your boot experience prettier. Now, it had no practical benefits really whatsoever, but making your GRUB experience or your boot experience prettier. Now, in that video, I talked about how GRUB was kind of meh in terms of aesthetics out of the box, and that's true. Basically, if you're just using stock GRUB, you're going to get a black screen with white text. Now, some distros theme it themselves, so you might be seeing something different, but if you want to make GRUB a little bit more your style, you can actually do that, and it's almost as easy as installing Refind was. So if you're using GRUB and you don't want to install something else, I'm going to show you today how to actually theme your GRUB bootloader. So let's go ahead and jump in, but before we do, let's leave a thumbs up on the video. I'd really appreciate it. It'd really help the channel. So there are a few things you need to know beforehand before we jump in. The biggest one, and I think really the only one that I'm going to cover right now, is that you need to make sure you have a backup of all your data. This is really just a precaution. Chances are nothing is going to go wrong. I think even if you mess this process up, nothing is going to break. But just out of abundance of caution, make sure you're backed up. Now, that's a rule of thumb anytime you're going to be messing around with system files. And today we're going to be messing around with a couple of them. So anytime you're messing around with system files that could affect your boot experience, you're going to want to make sure you're going to want to make sure that you have a backup just in case something goes a little funky. But that should go without saying. But let's just say you have a backup. What do you do first? Well, the first thing you need to do is find yourself a theme. Now, the best place to find themes is this place here. This is Pling. Now, you'll also know this is called GNOME Look. KD Plasma has one. It basically looks exactly the same. You're just going to want to make sure you're in the GRUB themes section. Sort these however you want. I'm just going to go down here and pick one. And I like this one here. So I'm going to click on this, and then I'm going to download it. Now, a lot of these have different versions of them. Some of them have blur, float, whatever. I'm just going to download one. It doesn't really matter. It will make me wait 5 seconds, and then I'm going to download it, and I'm going to download it to my downloads directory. And this is going to be a tarball, so we're going to need to extract that. Now, how you extract that is going to really depend on your way of using files on Linux. So I'm going to go to another workspace here and go into a terminal. Now for you, you're probably going to want to go into your file manager and just right click and click extract all. That's going to be the same on Nautilus, which is GNOME's file manager, or on Dolphin, which is KDE's file manager. It's also the same on the other ones from Cinnamon and XFCE. So I'm going to go into my downloads folder. I'm going to do this in the terminal so you can see kind of how it's done. And I have a whole bunch of stuff here. The one that I downloaded is called Elegant Mountain Window GRUB Themes.tar.xz. Now, in order to do this in the terminal, I just do tar-xjf, and then I'm going to do the name of the file, so Elegant Themes or whatever it is. I'm going to hit enter, and then now I will have a directory, and you can tell it's a directory because it's a different theme, called exactly that. So I'm going to go ahead and cd into Elegant Mountain Window GRUB Themes and hit enter, and we'll do an ls. Now, here's where things are going to get a little bit spicy. And the reason why I say that is because every theme that you're going to download has a different structure once you're at this point. Some of them are like this one that have light and dark themes for every resolution that you can think of. Some of them are going to be separated by resolution first and then dark and light themes. Maybe they won't have a dark and light theme. It's really going to depend. So once you're here, basically what you're going to want to look for is your resolution. If it have a dark and light theme, then you can make that choice as well. But what we're looking for is the resolution. For me, I want the right dark 1080p one. So I'm going to go into right dark 1080p like so. And I'm going to do another ls here. Now, so this is actually where we can kind of have a cheat code. If you want and you trust it, you can use this install script that they provide. The vast majority of themes out there will provide you an install script. You would just do /install and run it. But I'm going to show you the manual way. So what we're going to want to do is CP or copy the Elegant Mountain Window Right Dark directory to a place where GRUB can actually see it. So in order to do that, we're going to need sudo. Now again, you can do this in your file manager if you want to. But this is where things are going to get a little bit weird for you, because you're going to need to be able to do this with administrator privileges. And a lot of file managers either don't allow this or require you to basically launch a different instance of your file manager with your sudo privileges. I recommend just doing this in the terminal. It's just easier to do. So I'm going to go sudo cp-r because we're transferring or copying a directory, and then it's called elegant mountain window right dark. And then here's where things are going to be a little bit different depending on what distro you're going to use. So for me, it's in boot/grub2/themes. Okay. For you, if you're on a different distro other than OpenSUSE or Fedora, you may need to do this one, like so. Now, again, no matter what, it's going to be in /boot. So you should be able to go in there and find the grub directory somewhere, whether it's grub or grub2. For me, again, it's grub2, and then themes is the directory that we need to put this in. So we're going to hit enter our sudo password, and that's it for that. Now, we can actually clear out of this and go actually into that directory. So we're going to want to go to cd/boot grub2. Again, if you're on another distro, it might be just grub. And then we're going to want to go to themes. Now, if I do an ls here, you'll see that I have a couple themes in here already, along with the one we just transferred. So there we go. Now, the next thing we're going to want to do is tell GRUB to actually look for that theme. It's actually fairly easy to do. There's a couple things you need to do in order to get there. So first you need to, with your favorite text editor of choice, for me it's going to be NeoVim, I'm going to do sudo nvim/etc/default grub. Now, I think that this path should be the same for everyone, but again, if you go into default and you see grub named something else, that's the one that you're going to want. Hit enter. Again, you may need to enter your password, but we're already authenticated. So what we're going to do is scroll down a little bit, and we're going to want to make sure there's a couple things here. First, we're going to want to make sure this line here exists. It may not for you, so you might need to add it. You can add it anywhere in the file, it doesn't matter where, but you need to add this grub_terminal equals quotation marks GFXTERM and quotation marks. Basically what this allows you to do, or allows GRUB to do, is display visual things other than text. Otherwise, it can just display text. So this is a absolute necessity if your theme that you're uploading has images, which chances are it does. Otherwise, why would it be a theme? So you'll need to make sure that this line here is there. The next thing you'll want to do is find and make sure that this line right here exists. And again, it may not for you. So grub_theme, and then basically what you want to do here is equals to the path of where we put that theme in the boot directory. So for us, it was, if you'll remember, we'll actually go here again. So we're going to do cd/boot/grub2 themes, and we'll see that we want that one right here. So we're going to cd into that, and what we're going to want is the theme.txt file. So what we're going to do is just going to print working directory, and then I can copy this. So we're going to Control-Shift-C, go over here, we're going to delete all of this, and we're going to, let me actually try to get that up here in this a little bit further on the screen. So we'll Control-Shift-V in order to paste, and then we're going to do /theme.txt. Now, I'm going to go ahead and close this so we can see things a little bit better. And basically what this does, again, is it tells GRUB that it's looking for a theme that resides in this path, in this directory, called theme.txt. So the last thing we want to do is tell GRUB that there's a new configuration file in town. And in order to do this on OpenSUSE or Fedora, what you're going to want to do is do sudo grub2-mk config-o/boot/grub2/grub.cfg. Okay, now we're going to pause here before we hit enter. This is going to write all the changes basically that we just made. And for you, if you're on OpenSUSE or Fedora or other ones that use grub2 as their nomenclature, you're going to want to use this command. If you're on a distro like Arch Linux, you'll want to do something a little bit differently. So we're going to actually just go back, instead of typing this all out again, we're going to want to do grub dash make config instead of grub2, and then probably our path here looks like that. So on some distros it will look like this. Some of them will use 2, like OpenSUSE and Fedora. Mine, in case, obviously uses the 2. So I'm going to hit enter here, and it's going to do some stuff. It'll tell you whether or not it failed or not. It will tell you it failed. Otherwise it will look like this, and then that's it. So I will put a image here of the theme we chose after I do a reboot. So once you've had this, you'll need a reboot, obviously, in order for this to take effect. But you can wait to reboot if you want to, if you're not in a position where you need to reboot. But just the next time you reboot, you should see your GRUB theme that you just installed. That's all there is to it. Now, like I said before, make sure you have a backup before you do this, because remember, we edited system files, so doing that can cause some problems. Specifically, I'm thinking if you made a typo somewhere, I think that it would just bypass the theme and display a default theme, which is probably just black, a white text on black background. But just make sure you want to make sure you have your backups just in case something goes wrong. So that is it for this one. If you have questions about this, you can leave those in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. You can follow me on Mastodon or Odyssey. Those links will be in the video description. You can support me on Patreon at patreon.com/thelinuxcast, where I give out a weekly exclusive podcast for all of my supporters. Basically, it's just me sitting down in front of this microphone for about 10 or 15 minutes, rambling about nonsense. If that type of thing is at all appealing to you, you can head over there, give me some support. I really appreciate it. You can also head on over to the store where you can get awesome hats like the Linux Nerd hat, the I Love Them hat, which is basically at the frame now with my new camera. I have t-shirts and all sorts of other stuff. That's available at shop.thelinuxcast.org. Thanks to everybody who does support me on Patreon and YouTube. You guys are all absolutely amazing. Without you, the channel just would not be anywhere near where it is right now. So thank you so very, very much for your support. You guys are awesome. I'm not sure whether or not the audio came out on this very well, because I'm only recording in OBS. I'm having some issues with OpenSUSE at the moment, where I can't run Audacity and OBS at the same time and have my camera work. It's very weird. I'm going to figure that out. I'm going to go do that now, and I will end this here. But thanks everybody for your support. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you next time. Hopefully the audio turned out good, because I'm going to go find out right now. And if I didn't, I'm going to be swearing, and y'all going to be hearing me from the whole damn world. I'm going to be so pissed. I'll be pissed. Like really, really mad. Like red in the face. Like, oh God. Piece of... I'm going to use Windows kind of mad. Anyways, I'll see you next time.